Hey guys, it's Mark Zazeski and welcome to a Revizto Revit workflow tutorial. Today we're going to focus specifically on our Revit and Revizto workflow and the relationship between the two. As you can see, we need to utilize programs such as Revit to get the content into Revizto. So the first step is going to be exporting and converting that model into Revizto. Once that process is done, we can simply present or walk through our model in VR. It's really that simple. The next step in more commonly used workflow for Revizto is going to be coordination and collaboration in addition to presenting and walking through the model. So this workflow, we're going to still follow the same process. We're going to convert Revizto or convert our RVT file into Revizto, share that up to the cloud, and invite our team members. By sharing the Revizto file up to the cloud, that's going to allow team members to pull that file local, just like an FTP workflow, down to their local device so they do not need internet. It's really important to note that Revizto does not stream things off of the cloud, it just utilizes it as almost a glorified FTP site. Additionally, your RVT file never actually leaves your local device, so it's only the Revizto file that is shared to the cloud. Once that's done, we're going to push that collaborative that model back to everybody else on our team. They're going to be able to download that locally, and now we're set to collaborate, mark up issues, and coordinate our model. So any issue that we create in Revizto or in Revit is going to be pushed through the cloud, and it's going to then transfer it back into Revizto and in Revit. So we're going to show you what that looks like live in a second here, but it's very important to know that these issues are tracked in real time. So if we use the plugin in Revit to create a new issue, it's pushed to the cloud, distributed out to our entire team in real time. If we do the same in Revizto, it's going to be done in real time, pushed out back into the Revit model because we're working on shared coordinates. Any issue you create in Revit is going to show up in Revizto in a 2D and 3D view. And any issue you create in Revit is going to be able to be opened back in anybody else's Revit model that are linked to the file. So we're going to show you that again in a live demonstration here. So I'm going to walk through that workflow live just to show you what I was talking about now that you saw the diagram. The first thing we're going to do again is convert the model. I have a federated RVT file here, a bunch of links, and we're simply going to click Export to Revizto. It's going to pull this up, and as you can see, if I'd like to bring in my room names, grids, the 3D view, export all my sheets, we can see all those sheets that are going to be coming in, and we'll simply then just click Export. Once this file is exported, as I discussed before, you're ready to present or share, walk through your model, or view this in VR. For those of you guys looking for the VR workflow, you're going to see a separate icon on your computer called Revizto Oculus Viewer or Revizto HTC Vive Viewer. Those are the programs you're going to click. Your model will already be in there. For those of you looking to collaborate, we're going to have to share that to the cloud and then invite our team using the share button. You guys can see more on this workflow in our Getting Started or initial setup videos that are also part of the Revizto video channel. Once we've shared that to our team, these issues and anything tracked through the issue tracker is going to be done in real time. So what that means is if I were to click issue tracker, we're going to see a number of different issues that have been created already in Revizto. These issues, like I said before, if we double click on them, are going to be able to be tracked in Revizto in real time. So if I select 3D here, it's going to take us to that door in our 3D model, and we can also see the correlating notes to that specific issue. If we were not the people that were not the one who exported the model originally, we're going to have to let the program know that our specific local RVT file is associated with the issues that are being pushed through the cloud. That is what our link settings button is for. So if I simply click the link settings button, you're going to see that my file is already linked. If it was not, we'd select Link to Existing and click OK. And it's going to launch the Revizto project browser, and it's going to show every project that you've converted or have been invited to. In my case, it's the appended NSW project. I'll double click on it. Okay. And now when I select Issue Tracker, we're going to see a separate window pop up. So these are going to be all the issues that we have brought in or marked up from Revit or Revizto. So if somebody else creates an issue on their Revit on a 2D plan or in a 3D view, it's automatically going to show up in the issue tracker in real time. So that's really important to note that regardless if you're in a different Revit model or if you're in the actual Revizto application and you mark something up in the 2D portion or the 3D portion, those markups are all going to show on your secondary monitor while in Revit. So that is the Revizto workflow. If you're going to look to see more detail on issue tracking, please go to our Getting Started tutorial. We have some more detailed ones that go specifically into the Revit workflow and how to create issues, how to mark up things, and that's going to go through a lot more detail in there.